Hackers Warriors. Today we're gonna talk about which civilization you start. Probably you're gonna need to view this video before you start playing Rise of Kingdom, or if you're playing for like 2 to 3 days, maybe your first weeks, you don't mind restarting your account, because like today I'm gonna talk about which civilization is good to back. The first civilization you need to start with, which is which commanders are like the best to start the game with. So let's have like a quick view over the civilizations that we have in Rise of Kingdoms. So recently, like 2 months ago, um, Rock introduced the Egypt civilization with an Imhotep as a starting commander, and the specialist unit of this civilization is like archers, as you can see here, the Miriamona. So what buffs does it give? So it gives you 5% attack for archers, and it gives you damage dealt by rallied armies is like 5%. So whenever you're using a rally, probably you don't understand what is a rally is. So a rally is basically like you're gathering some of the players with a certain capacity to attack or defend a structure. This structure can be like a flag, your alliance fortress, shrines, or like holy sites and other stuff. So those 5% is good, and you have like building a research speed of 1.5%. Moving to Rome, it gives you Scipio Africanus, it gives you infinitary defense by 5%, and it gives you 5% march speed, and gives you food gathering by 10%. Germany, it gives you Hermann, and increases your cavalry attack by 5%, gives you 5% of training speed boost, and it gives you 10% of action point recovery. What's basically action points? Action points, those are points that you use to attack barbarians, barbarian force, and those stuff. And actually, action points are very crucial in the game. Moving to Britain, and Britain is one of the best civilizations to start with in the game. If you want to like hold barbarians and grinding some barbarians there, because it gives you like Boudica, which is like a peacekeeper, and peacekeeper have like a talent tree for attacking barbarians. So you need this in start of the game, because it gives you like some of like action point reduction per attacking barbarian, instead of using like 40 action points. If you max the talent tree for the peacekeeper and the peacekeeping talent tree, you'll reduce that by like 9 action points, so you'll fairly use like 31 to 30 AB instead of 40, which is a big boost. You need this. France, which this civilization, I don't recommend it for new players unless you're like a whale, because like it gives you hospital healing by 20%, and if you're like the start of the game, your alliance is having war with other alliances, you're still figuring out how the kingdom will be run, you need those healing speeds to heal troops faster, to be able present in the field, defend, and reduce the amount of time you need to like heal your troops by 20%, with a huge boost. As for the Vikings, they have like infantry attack 5%, they have counter attack damage is 3%, and troop load is 10%. The troop load thing is good for gathering, because you need to send like the minimum amount of troops and gather the most load you want and loot other resource nodes. As for China, which is I highly recommend for the start of the game. Why? because like you have Senzu. This guy is a beast, believe me. In the early days of the game, he's one of the beasts and good commanders to use. I call him like mini Guan. So you're wondering who's Guan? Guan is like a commander you're gonna unlock and when you reach KVK 4, season 4, which is season of conquest, and the guy is a beast. Japan, it's nice. I like the Scout March speed 30% because like when you start the game, the map will be fogged. You need to send your scouts. You need to unfog the whole map before KVK 1 arrives, which is in like 30 to 40, maybe 60 days. I don't know how the update now work because like I finished KVK like 6 months ago or something like this. But I had my first KVK after like 3 months, 90 days of starting the game. So Japan is also good. Kasunoki is a solid choice too. I don't recommend Korea for now because like okay, the hospital capacity is okay, but research speed is 3%. Okay, I will highly recommend it for people who are like players who are pushing for T5 before they entering their KVK ones. Those 3 research speed, you guys gonna need it if you're going to push T5 because like the research takes ton of days, and if you're using speed ups or you're paying for getting those faster, you're jamming the research, which I don't recommend. You need those 3%. As for Spain, it gives you like Parpanian damage and gives you that Pelagius guy is a solid choice too. And resource production is 20%, which is good too. Arabia gives you Papyrus. They give you 5% attack, and they give you 10% to neutral units. And neutral units are like the Barbarian Keeps and those stuff. You will get familiar to them when you play the game more. And gives you like damage to rallied armies if you're defending a structure or something, and you have 5% more to damage to that. So the Ottman Empire is like mainly for archers. It gives you archer's health, which is good. March speed is good, 5%, which is a very solid choice too. Active skill damage by 5%. So whenever you use a skill, which is mainly the active skill of the very first skill that you need to max in your commander. Anyway, I'll be discussing this in more videos. So 5% skill damage is good. And the Bezimus also is nice because like Belisarius is peacekeeping. You have 5% health to Calivary, and you got like 10% when you're gathering stone, and you got 15% hospital capacity. So this was an overview of all the civilizations on Rise of Kingdoms. So if you want my personal opinion, which civilization you need to start with, I would recommend either Japan or China. I'll be a bit biased to Japan because you need it at first because like the 30% march speed for the scouts, you'll need them because like when you're starting unfogging your kingdom, you'll have like villages to discover. Send your scouts to like investigate caves and those stuff. And once you do this, you need to do this as much as possible, as fast as possible, without minimal time, so reducing the time you need for 30% is a solid choice. Kasunoki is nice. Then after you reach like uh, whole city level 8, you'll have like a reward for like a civilization change token. So I think you can like stick to, if you want Sun Tzu because he's very solid, you can pick China. Okay, go for that and level up your city hall and your buildings to level 8 till you get the tokens. Then you switch to Japan to get the march speed and also to gather resources faster after you reach city hall 8 because you will need this. And the most important thing for free-to-play players is resources. Resources are like the most challenging thing in the start of the game because you're not paying to get these resources. So you need to gather a lot of resources because like when you are trying to go to city hall 25, which is the max levels that you can upgrade your city hall to, it's gonna cost you a fortune of resources. I remember it's like 80 million food, 80 million wood, 30 million stone, which is a lot to gather. So taking those 5% will be good. So if you want to sum it up, start with China to get Sun Tzu summoned, then switch to Japan when you are level 8, stick to it till you unfog the map, you do everything, you gather your speed, you gather your resources, and uh, that's it for all of for today's video. If you like the video and you like the content, please support me with a subscribe, smash the like button, and till next video, keep chilling and playing rock. See you guys in next videos. Keep chilling.